and you're starting to see more 1-year deals too. So like this
See?
could be it could be a thing of the future where you're only seeing guys come and play for one team for 1 year.
Dude,
As,
that's
as
crazy to me.
as a fan, I don't like that. I want a guy to be there for a couple of years.
Me, I think it's just kind of weird. I get it. I get like, hey, if I'm going out here 1 year and blow it up, then maybe I'll get a bigger paycheck, right? Maybe I'll do that. Uh, but I'm seeing a lot of it, man. Tight ends wise, like 1 year contracts. You get paid for the 1 year, cool. I get that. I get that part of it. But it is almost like you're a mercenary. You're Merc.
Yeah.
Out here, you're the guy that's going to be a hired gun. Okay. The thing is, to me, back in the day, that was almost unheard of. You see guys go from team to team, and it was just like, man, I wonder what that guy's life is like
Yeah.
with those things. But now you're starting to see it. The thing is, do you have any type of loyalty to anything but the money? That's the question. And we're not talking about guys going because, getting cut or, certain situations. They're going somewhere and saying, yeah, I'm just going to play a 1-year deal.
Mm-hmm.
What's going to happen? I think Brandon Cooks was a little bit different because he didn't have the teams he went to. He didn't have no choice in it.
I know.
You know what I mean? It's just like, dang, God, why is everybody getting rid of me? Why I got to be the chess piece here?
True.
Right?
Yeah, the 1-year deal is more of like it seems like more of like an NBA thing. Like the short term deal is more of an NBA thing. But I mean, I guess that's coming to us now in the NFL.
Dude, I think just continuity is important to win a championship. I do.
Yeah.
That's why I said, like, if you get a guy like D Hop, get him at least for 2 years, right? Locked in for 2 years. You're gonna have at least 2 years, and so I get that part of it. The 1 year is just kind of weird to me.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a little weird. I think you have at least 2 or 3 if you can shoot.
Do you think it's more of a player's choice or is that a team's choice? Because like from a player's choice, you obviously want to go with the most money you're going to make. From a team's point of view, don't you kind of want you don't want a 1 year, you really don't want a guy for 1 year. You kind of want a guy for unless it's like if it's a Carlos Dunlap type guy, like a veteran presence, you're coming in just to have in the room. I get that, like a Brandon Williams type, totally get it. But like a 28-year-old receiver, 27-year-old receiver, I want him for 2 to 3 years.
I think everybody has their own interest, their own motive while they do it, player and the team. I really do. Because sometimes teams may want like, we might get a draft next year. We're here in the draft in this position, maybe coming up. Or it's the same thing, like get a veteran guy in here for 1 year. We get a guy in the draft now this year and teach him how to, what it means to be a pro. Okay, how to do these things. And then we'll let him take over, right? We want to develop him, but it's cheaper to get the guy here for 1 year and then, move him.
Yeah.
So I think it's a mutual agreement. But I think for players, get the money up front. But if I kill it, the very next year, I'm gonna hit him over the head in the market.
Yeah.
So
the salary cap's going up next year too. So I mean,
it's going up.
I mean, these teams are saving money for what reason? I mean,
hey man, yeah, they like look, just go play for this 1 year. Okay, next year we revisit this. Okay, all you have to do is go out there and take care of your job. Okay, but yeah, man, it is. It's a little weird for me, especially like offense. Defense, not so much. Like you said, defensive man and stuff. Like we know, like you're coming here to brush the passer. Not too much you need to learn on defense. Sorry, defensive guys. It's just not. It's not too much you need to know on defense, right? It's just not. I keep talking about this. It's not that much. Yeah, 3-4, 4-3. Okay. 5-2, you get in sets, you get blitzes, you get some twists, you get, maybe the coverages and all those things. That's it. That's it. Offense, you stop. Shoot, there's several pages you got to learn. Terminology, motion, movement, personnel, some of it's, it's redundant because some teams you might go somewhere like, okay, it's, the verbiage is a little similar. Okay, you can pick it up easier. But yeah, defensive guys, hey man, I'm hiring you go get the football. Whoever get the ball, you go get. That's it. Yeah. Right? So
yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see what happens, whether it's are probably, I mean, we're probably gonna see more of an influx like every year after the draft. So a lot of the big names, I wonder if they're just waiting until after the draft to see what teams didn't get the need they need in the draft, and they pay up a little bit and a little more than what they're doing offering now after the draft.
Right. And think strategically, think about it like this too. You're probably having agents knowing like what big name is going to be up, right? And so let that big name set the market. So it's like, okay, well, shoot, next year, let's just say Mark Andrews is up. With George Kittle, far tight end, speaking tight end wise. They're up. Let them set the market. Okay. And we'll determine everything on what they get. They get their pay in. All right. And then you have to sit there and say, like, okay, well, if we're trying to measure what his production is what my guy's production is, he's at least giving half his production. So he's getting paid half the money. Okay. So just giving you a case, maybe from negotiating standpoint. Yeah. So maybe that's what it is too, because I would think that's what the structure had to be. It had to be strategic thinking that way.
Right. Yeah, and it's gonna be interesting to see what happens with a lot of the big names that are out there as time goes on.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out the best clips from Chief Concerns. And if you prefer to listen to the show, subscribe and follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and anywhere else you get your podcasts.